Hello, everyone. It is I. I forgot. I have to cover that up because I'm not meant to be promoting that. Anyways, I haven't been on in a while, and the reason for that is because I really feel like this last week was all about marination. And we can call it a lot of different things, but I think the word marinate is just kind of fun. It's kind of like that phase of the cocoon where you turn into the goo. I was listening to, I wonder if I could actually, okay. I was listening to Pam Gregory, and she was talking about exactly this, that we've all been in this collective chrysalis of sorts. And we're no longer a caterpillar and we're not yet a butterfly, but we are in this formless shape. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take this off. I can, however, promote this. This shirt is from, oh my goodness, what is it called? The Blooming Lotus Life, which is something that I'm a part of with my really good friend Robin Carroll. And it just says breathe. So what else can I say here? I hope everyone's had a very nice week. There was a lot of intensity this week. There was a lot, and I feel like it's every year around this time with Thanksgiving and Christmas and Black Friday. And a lot of us are choosing intentionally to not engage in Black Friday, which I'll be honest, it's never been a thing for me. But a lot of us are really consciously choosing to not support a lot of these really big corporations in our spending plan this year. So there's lots of really wonderful places that you can purchase things that are made and created by humans like me and you who reap all of the benefits for their families. So if anybody's watching and you want to drop your small business in the comments, that's perfect. Give us some ideas of where we can buy things that will actually support each other. I'm going to take a sip. But I'll go ahead and start getting into some cards. So the first one we're going to go with this is I would call this a galactic deck. The colors of this deck remind me of our cosmic consciousness, of the Andromeda galaxy. That fabric that created the very universe that is universal unconditional love. I'm trying to mix those words together. So I feel like there's probably many different ways that we can all handle this kind of like goop that we are in right now. And you can call it the void, you can call it the womb. It's not quite the Fool card yet. I would say that the Fool card in tarot is going to happen when all of these planets and points kind of go at 0 degrees direct. And I'm mishmashing it in my head, but 2026. I have it written down, but this isn't the astrology Snapchat, so I'm not gonna, or snapshot, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So let's just pull some cards. But yes, so going back, there's probably one of two ways that people will handle the formless. One, agitation, aggression, attendance. I don't want to say violence because it's not necessarily always like outward violence, but it's like this feeling of like coming up against this truth that's inside of yourself, that if you haven't been working on your inside self, if you haven't been returning to your center, if you've been using external validation or ego validation instead of internal, if you really aren't seeing yourself clearly, then this is likely going to manifest in restlessness and like anger, kind of. I don't know a better way to explain it, but like it's like you're not understanding it. Maybe you're in fear, maybe you're in anxiety, maybe you're in anger, maybe you just feel like you need to do something, but you don't know what to do. And then for those of us who are well rehearsed in these types of situations, someone's washing their car, which is funny because it has been raining nonstop. And I just thought that was kind of kind of peculiar. But anyways, but for those of us who are used to sitting in the mud, who know that when we have a vision in our head and we bring it to our heart, it does take some time in the physical for the dust to settle. There are a lot of us who are working on this vision for ourselves, for humanity, however you want to say it, that know that everything is already done in the energetics. And the only thing that you can do is wait. I have kind of this mantra that I made for myself a long time ago. And that was if you don't know what to do nothing. And it kind of evolved a little bit into, you know, you cannot truly, I believe that you cannot truly miss out on anything that's meant for you, but I do believe you can get in your way. And, when we realize that we're more than just this physical vehicle, we realize that not everything is physical. And in fact, the physical is really the last stop. The energetics is building, and then, linear time has to take hold before it can become something physical, tangible, that you can taste, touch, see, which is also the beauty of human existence, which also could get us going down the pathway of talking about polarity. How do you view contrast? How do you view polarity? Do you realize that it's just so that you can see yourself more clearly? It's like, what do you like versus not like? It's like looking at a menu. Are you getting mad when you look at a menu because you don't like anything on it? Or are you being like, wow, this is helping me see more clearly what I do like? Because that is what polarity is. That is what contrast is. And if you've become acquainted with sitting in coherence, then you know that the silence, the void, the goo, the unformed is just this beautiful moment where you get to simply exist, simply breathe, simply be, simply allow everything and know that what in the world? I have no idea. This is like the weirdest thing, but okay. This person is just like spraying people's cars. Interesting. That brings me to another point. Boundaries, just like everything else that I talk about that's physical, boundaries aren't just physical. Boundaries are energetic. And that's why it's very important that you're setting energetic boundaries for yourself and your energy and your auric space every single day, maybe more than once a day. And it doesn't take a long time. It's just filling your energy intentionally with your own energy, knowing that your energy is one orb and everyone else's is outside of that, and naming things about your energy, like I manage my energy in a way that sustains and does not deplete me, things of that nature. So boundaries are a really big thing right now. And another thing that can really work for boundaries, especially when the world seems to be so confrontational, is again, you can go out and you can physically ask the person to stop spraying your car with water, um, or you can simply sit and take up space, fill your center, feel your gravity, work with whatever color, texture, taste, touch, smell, however it comes to you. But the more that you can visualize it with your imagination or your mind's eye or whatever you would like to call that, the more intricate it's going to be. And another thing that you can do is after you fill all of your space with yourself and really allow yourself to take up space. And I practice it from like a seed point in the middle of my being that I fill with a certain color, texture, taste, touch, smell, whatever, and I let it infuse outward until it becomes bigger than me, bigger than the room I'm in, bigger than my block, bigger than my city, bigger than my state. And so it's bigger than the earth. And that's how I envision it. And then sometimes I even imagine myself sitting on top of the earth and then just watching everything happen, because knowing that things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. Um, and then really just taking this space in gratitude and saying, I am grateful for this contrast because it's showing me what I don't like. It's showing me what I don't want more of. And it's showing me ultimately where I'm not free. So, and the person has stopped spraying now. So interesting. Okay. So here's our first card. I will let you look at it. Hopefully you can see it. And maybe this person is bored or restless because it has been raining, or maybe even 5 nights, and it rains at night mostly. Wednesday night, the new moon, my son has all kinds of stuff, and what that means is